In the same way that every other facet of the Beatles' history is buried in mystery, supposition, and half-truths, the conclusion of the band's career is just as mysterious. In the recent documentary series Get Back, directed by Peter Jackson, the band was depicted as tenaciously pursuing ideas and keeping their momentum, which provided some much-needed assistance. Having said that, the Beatles were far less effective than they had been in the past. The quiet Beatle was accustomed to taking a back seat, but as his own songwriting improved, he became dumbfounded by the self-interest of the legendary Lennon and McCartney combination. George Harrison was the first person to recognize this phenomenon. All of this became crystal evident on a single song. This song, which draws inspiration from the Bhagavad Gita, is a tale of ego that is destroying the beauty of existence. The song has a spiritual quality to it, and it addresses the unresolved conflicts and inflated egos that would ultimately lead to the dissolution of the Beatles. To be more specific, neither John Lennon nor Paul McCartney would acknowledge the song's excellence when they were initially presented with it by the band. John Lennon, who was known for his caustic nature, drew Yoko Ono closer to him and danced a mocking waltz in respect to the song's three-quarter verse. Paul McCartney, for his part, would make a valiant effort to incorporate a variety of elements into the song, but he would also make fun of George Harrison's composing by signing it with a Spanish accent. There was a lot of trivia and games being played. The songwriter would subsequently reflect on such sessions at a later time. I Me Mine was relegated to the background as the band prioritized other songs, such as the controversial Maxwell's Silver Hammer, which caused audiences to have different opinions. In the studio, only George Harrison, Paul McCartney, and Ringo Starr were present when they recorded this song, which turned out to be the last song that the Beatles ever recorded together. There is no denying the powerful force of lyrics such as, "Even those tears I me mine, I me mine, I me mine," even though Phil Spector may have produced a grandiose sound background for the tracks. In the year 1997, George Harrison reflected on his experiences and said, "I kept coming across the words I, me, and mine in books about yoga and stuff, about the difference between the real you and the you that people mistake their identity to be. I, me, and mine is all ego orientation. On the other hand, it is something that is utilized on a steady basis.